Tom was the sort of boy who always noticed things: new mail trucks, fresh tulips, and the smallest changes in his neighborhood. He had a knack for spotting details that others missed, like a new crack in the sidewalk or a bird's nest tucked high in the branches. Even the way the old oak tree dropped acorns in the fall fascinated him. Tom would watch the acorns tumble down, wondering how many squirrels would come by to collect them. He was friendly, with a mop of brown hair and a gap-toothed smile, living on a quiet street where everyone thought they knew everyone. Tom's cheerful hellos and easy laughter made him a familiar face to all the neighbors. Tom liked his street, the creak of his front gate, and the comfort of familiar sights. The sound of the gate was like a welcome home, and he loved the way the afternoon sun warmed the front steps. He was helpful, always ready to lend a hand at home. Whether it was setting the table or watering the garden, Tom did his chores with a smile, proud to be counted on. On this particular Wednesday, Tom was walking home from school, thinking about cookies and homework. He wondered if his mum had baked his favorite chocolate chip cookies, and what math problems might be waiting for him. The sun cast long shadows as he kicked a pebble along the sidewalk, enjoying the peaceful afternoon. The world felt calm and safe, just the way Tom liked it. He was in no hurry, feeling content and responsible, just as his teacher, Miss Miller, often said. Tom liked being trusted, and he took his time, savoring the walk home. Tom liked the idea of being dependable, imagining himself as a detective on Klickitat Street. He pictured himself solving mysteries, always ready to help a neighbor in need. He looked for clues everywhere, always alert for something out of place. Every day was a new adventure, and Tom's imagination made even the ordinary seem exciting. Passing Mr. Grumby's house, Tom waved, unfazed by the old man's gruffness. He believed everyone had a story, even if they didn't always smile back. Everything seemed just right, until Tom heard a tiny, whimpering sound from behind a row of bushes. He paused, curiosity piqued, his heart beating a little faster as he wondered what, or who, might be there. Something was about to change, and Tom was ready to find out what it was. Tom stopped in his tracks, his sneakers crunching softly on the gravel path. He listened carefully, his brow furrowing at the soft, sad cry coming from the bushes near Mrs. Henderson's rose garden. The sound was faint, almost hidden beneath the gentle rustle of leaves. Curiosity and concern mingled in his chest as he parted the leaves and discovered a tiny puppy. Floppy ears, patchy fur, shivering and alone, its small body pressed into the shadows for comfort. The puppy looked up at Tom with big, worried eyes, its gaze pleading for help, and whimpered again. Tom's heart melted instantly at the sight. He knelt down, reaching out gently, whispering, "Hey there, little guy. It's okay. I won't hurt you, I promise." The puppy hesitated, then sniffed his hand, its tiny nose twitching, before licking his fingers with a hopeful, tentative trust. Smiling with relief, Tom scooped the puppy into his arms, feeling its rapid heartbeat thumping against his chest, fragile but alive. He looked up and down the quiet street. No one searching, no owner in sight, just the stillness of a sleepy afternoon and the distant hum of a lawnmower. The puppy snuggled closer, seeking warmth and comfort, as if sensing that Tom was its only hope. Tom knew he couldn't just walk away and leave it there, not when it needed someone so badly. He felt a surge of responsibility. This puppy needed help, and he was the only one around to give it. Tom decided, right then and there, that he would be the one to help, no matter what it took. The mystery of the lost puppy had just begun, and Tom felt a strange excitement at the adventure ahead. He glanced at the puppy, determination shining in his eyes, ready to face whatever came next. This was his mission now, and he would not let the little puppy down. Tom stood with the puppy in his arms, mind racing. He couldn't take the puppy home. His mother's rule about strays was clear, but leaving it wasn't an option. The puppy needed its family. Tom promised, I'm going to find your family." The puppy licked his chin, making Tom giggle. He decided to call him Patches, for his brown and white spots. Tom would be a detective, and Patches was his case. He'd start by asking neighbors. Someone must know this puppy. With a plan forming, Tom felt ready. He adjusted his bag, Patches yawning in his arms. This was his quest, to reunite Patches with his family. With determination, Tom set off. Tom's first stop was Mrs. Henderson's house, a cozy cottage with flower pots lining the steps. He felt a flutter of nerves as he rang the bell, hoping for answers. She greeted him warmly, her eyes lighting up in surprise at the sight of the puppy in his arms. Her gentle smile made Tom feel welcome. "I found him in your bushes," Tom explained, holding the little dog up for her to see. "Do you know who he belongs to? He looks lost and a bit scared." Mrs. Henderson shook her head, her expression softening with concern. "No, dear, but you're kind to help. Not everyone would take the time." Encouraged by her words, Tom thanked her and moved on to Mr. Grumby's house, determined to keep searching. Mr. Grumby, gruff as ever, opened the door with a frown, but his face softened at the sight of Patches wagging his tail. "Not mine," he said, but after a moment he added, "Looks like a terrier mix to me. Friendly little fellow." Try the Wilsons at the end of the block. They were thinking about a dog. Maybe this is the one they wanted. It was a real clue, the first lead Tom had gotten. His spirits lifted, and he felt a surge of hope. He thanked Mr. Grumby for his help and hurried on, eager to follow the new lead. Each conversation brought him closer to solving the mystery, and Tom felt the neighborhood coming together to help. Tom felt like a real detective, following leads and piecing together clues, determined not to give up. The search was on, and he wouldn't give up until Patches found his home. Patches wagged his tail, as if he understood Tom's determination and shared his excitement. Tom pressed forward, hope renewed with every step, ready for whatever came next. The next stop, the Wilsons. Maybe, just maybe, this was where Patches belonged. Tom approached the Wilsons' house, nerves fluttering. He rang the bell. Mrs. Wilson answered, her kids peering out. "I found this puppy," Tom said, holding out Patches. "Mr. Grumby thought he might be yours." The kids, Sam and Lucy, were delighted, but Mrs. Wilson shook her head. "He's adorable, but not ours. We're still looking for the right puppy." Tom left his number, just in case. Disappointed but undeterred, Tom tried the Miller sisters, who cooed over Patches but hadn't seen him before. At the Jacksons, a teenager barely looked up. No luck there either. With each house, Tom's hope faded a little, but he pressed on. Patches dozed in his arms, trusting. Tom's determination held firm. He wouldn't give up. Someone had to know this puppy. The search continued. The sun set. Streetlights flickered on, and Tom's arms ached from carrying Patches. He sat on a low wall, feeling defeated. What if he couldn't find the owner? The thought of the animal shelter made his stomach twist. He'd promised Patches he'd find his family, but the mystery seemed impossible. Tom had knocked on nearly every door. No one recognized the puppy. It was getting dark and cold. He knew he should head home, but looking at the sleeping puppy, Tom couldn't quit. There had to be someone missing Patches. Gathering his resolve, Tom stood up. He had one last idea, the park 3 blocks away, where people walked their dogs. It was a long shot, but he had to try. Tom set off, determined to keep his promise. The park was nearly empty as night fell. Tom's hope faded until he heard a voice. "Buddy, Buddy, where are you?" He spotted an elderly woman near the swings, clutching an empty leash. Tom hurried over. "Are you looking for a puppy?" Her eyes filled with relief when she saw Patches. "Buddy!" she cried, hugging the puppy close. Patches, Buddy, wiggled with joy, licking her face. Mrs. Peterson explained Buddy had slipped his collar and she'd been searching for hours. "Thank you, young man. You're a true hero," she said, tears in her eyes. Tom felt a deep pride. He'd kept his promise. Mrs. Peterson insisted on walking Tom home to thank his parents. Walking together, Tom realized responsibility meant helping others, no matter how small. The feeling of doing the right thing, he decided, was better than any cookie. And with that, Tom's adventure and Buddy's had a happy ending.